Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to bring you my Amazonist deck profile. And while the deck isn't the most competitive, it does do a very good job of just keeping up with like tier 2 decks. And in general, the deck is really fun and generates a lot of advantage through its cards. So without further ado, right away, 3 copies of Amazonist Princess. So this card on summon, any normal or special summon, which is really great because you can trigger it. On summon, you get to search for a Amazonist spell or trap, and basically this digs you for any card in your deck because you can search Amazonist Call, which is a quick play Rhoda for the deck, which is absolutely insane. But this card just generates a lot of advantage on summon, and also if you declare an attack with Princess, you can special summon an Amazonist from your deck. It goes to defense, so you can't OTK and stuff, but Princess really good for generating advantage in the deck. Definitely need to play 3, and there's a lot of ways to get to it, but 3 princess, 3 spy. So spy is blue eyes alternative dragon for Amazoness. It's a free special summon from hand by revealing itself in another Amazoness. It floats too, which is kind of cool, but main reason you play spies for link plays or rank 3 plays because spy is 3, princess is 3, and princess is good, so you're definitely going to be playing these. So yeah, this ratio for Amazonesses, and then to Queen. Queen, great target for Princess to summon off of Princess. Queen protects your Amazoness by battle and is also 2400 beater, which is pretty great. And the only reason you ever play Queen is for Princess to summon off of Princess's effect, but also play 2 copies of Tiger. Tiger for link climbing. This card's not super good, but it is link fodder, so when you normal special summon an Amazoness, you can special summon Baby Tiger from your hand or grave. So you can make Mrs. Radiant and stuff. The thing is, Baby Tiger is not a warrior, so you can't even make his old, but Tiger can push for damage, and it's free recursion, so it's free link fodder. But that basically is the Amazoness lineup. Not too much, it's pretty standard. It's just Princess generating advantage over and over again. So the other text is 2 Junk Forward and 2 Kagamusha Knight, because turn 1 you really want to turbo into Azold, and also these are both level 3s, so you can make rank 3s plays as well. And also the Marauding Captain for consistency, you can summon another warrior from your hand, so like you can summon Princess or something and you can plus off of that as well. But these are just to get more bodies on the board, so you can make your link plays, your rank 3 plays, mainly just for Azold, so you can get more advantage off of that by getting more searches. And then just to apply pressure because the deck doesn't have the greatest offense. Play 3 copies of Pankratops because having this on the board is just really good to pressure your opponent because you can just trigger a pop at any time and your opponent has to play around that, which is really important, especially if the deck has to go second. So 3 copies of Pankratops just to keep the deck from getting broken apart from your opponent. And then for hand traps, I am playing hand traps in this build, is 3 copies of Ash Blossom and 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Ghost Ogre. I play these hand traps because I have the space to play them, and in order for the deck to keep up against faster decks, it's really important for the deck to have some stops, especially if it's on turn 0. So Ghost Ogre and Ash Blossom, in my opinion, are really good for that. So just play these hand traps. So that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. Play 3 copies of Amazoness Call. As I mentioned earlier, this is a Rhoda of the deck. It searches you any Amazoness card, and you can either add it to your hand or send it to the grave, which is ridiculous because it's a quick play spell. So it's like really insane. You're basically playing 3 less cards in your deck because these can thin you for anything in your deck. It is hard once per turn though, but like that's still really strong. And then you can manage it from your grave, and then you can have an Amazoness attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. That effect isn't as relevant. It's just the fact that you can search this on one turn, and then on your opponent's turn you can activate this and get a search. So you get more and more searches on every turn. That's why Call is really strong. And then 3 copies of Village. This turns all your Amazonesses into floaters. So if they get destroyed, you can special summon Amazoness from your deck with a lower level. Partly the reason why I play Tiger as well, because Tiger is level 2 and Princess and Spy are level 3, so you have targets to summon off a Village. 1 Rhoda. Rhoda, it's the Amazoness Call, searches you for any warrior in your deck, except you can actually search Running Captain and stuff, so you can make Azold easier on turn 1 if you don't open Great. So yeah, that's just consistency. and then 2 copies of Pot of Desires. I'm already playing 42 cards, otherwise I would probably play a third copy, but in any case, 2 copies of Pot of Desires, draw power is awesome, so definitely want to play 2 pot. 1 Monster Reborn for Revival, always good in this deck because you're going to be doing a lot of searching, a lot of filtering, a lot of linking, so it's always great to grab back your resources when you need it. 3 copies of Twin Twister because you don't want your plays to get interrupted on your opponent's turn, so cleaning up your opponent's back row is really great for your opponent not interrupting your plays, so you can freely get your searches off with Princess and just trigger Princess's special summon effect when you attack. And then 3 copies of Called by the Grave, similar logic to Twin Twisters. You don't want your plays to get interrupted, so you want to use Called by the Grave to stop hand traps, for instance. So like preventing an Ash from hitting your Princess or Droll from resolving, because those cards will really hurt your consistency. This is why you want to play Called by the Grave. So that's it for the spells. And I play the 3, probably the win condition of the deck. 3 copies of Amazoness and 3 copies of Amazoness Onslaught. There we go. This card is really strong for this deck because what it does is it allows you to banish a monster that battles an Amazoness monster, so it can out a lot of problematic cards because it is non-targeting. It's also a trap effect, so it affects like monsters, and it affects monsters with the effects of can't be affected by other monsters, which is pretty common. And it's also non-destruction. It's just pure banish, which is really great for outing cards with protection effects. And also a really good part about this card is if it's sent from the field to the grave, you can special summon Amazoness from grave. So you can kill this card with a card like Breaksword, and you just get to plus more by summoning back your princesses and getting a search off of that. So Amazoness Onslaught, really good card. Definitely want to play 3. And that's the main deck. As I said, that was around 42 cards. Onto the extra deck, it's gotten a lot smaller in the rank 3 section, but in any case, Breaksword and Alucard. Alucard to pop sets and Breakswords to pop anything by popping one of your own cards. I would be playing Nightmare Shark if I still had mine, or Acid Golem if I still had mine, but honestly those cards aren't super relevant now anyways, so there's no reason to like play them or make space for them if you really if you don't have them. But yeah, these two, well, Breaksword in particular is really good because, as I said, you can pop your own Onslaught to get a special summon from grave back anyways. But yeah, this is just here, and then Borreload and Borrelguard. Borrelguard, you can special summon a destroyed card. So like if you pop one of your own cards with Breaksword, you can use Borrelguard to summon it back. And the Borreload, really good for outing Thunder Dragon decks. Not like you're going to be playing this against Thunder Dragon anyways, but Borreload is just a really strong card, outs a lot of problematic monsters, and helps you plus more by taking opponent's monster that they probably use a lot of resources to make, like a Link monster. So yeah, these two Borrels, Bomber Dragon, because you can summon on your opponent's turn with Onslaught. That is a good point, actually. Onslaught also has another effect. During the battle phase, you can special summon Amazoness from your hand, so that's how you can trigger Bomber Dragon as well as Trisbania with Onslaught effects. And then I play Nightmare Unicorn just to out annoying monsters, annoying cards in general as well, like Floodgates. I just like Unicorn more than the other two Nightmares, the Phoenix and Cerberus, just because it spins and it doesn't destroy, which is why it's really good. So Unicorn for this for sure. Summon Sorceress because you're playing a lot of warriors and it's really easy to make your Link plays in this build that I'm playing. 2 Izolds. Izold is really good to open and to make on turn 1, so you get your searches for Princess and other consistency cards for further turns. And yeah, Izold's really great. Akashic Magician, really good to punish your opponent if they're not paying attention. If they're summoning in the 2 zones directly in front of the extra monster zones, you can Akashic and bounce their monster. And if they're not paying attention or playing around Akashic Magician, you can get a lot of advantage off of this. And also, a little less relevant actually. You get some mill with Akashic if you have another Link monster it points to, but that's just there. You don't really use that effect too much. This is Radiant because you're all Earth, and it's really good to bump up your Amazoness monsters because you're going to be battling so much. Underclock Taker to drop your opponent's monster to attack, and then Furincus because it's generic Link 2 fodder that everybody likes. So thank you all for watching. That was my Amazoness build. once again, thank you all for watching, and if you have any further requests for deck profiles, be sure to let me know because I'm totally down to do it if it's in my ability to do so, and goodbye.